It's not secret going back to old saying, the early bird gets the worm, that fast starters generally have an advantage, and that usually holds true in wrestling. It was the case for Oklahoma State in the first round of the 2019 NCAA Wrestling Championships in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Cowboys were one of several teams carrying 9 wrestlers, one short of a full lineup to Pittsburgh, including 3-time defending national team champion Penn State. By the end of the first round, the Cowboys had advanced 6 of those wrestlers onto the second round, and the majority of those 6 jumped out quickly to leads, and were never threatened. It actually started with Joe Smith in a pigtail match at 165 pounds as the NCAA committee placed the 2-time All-American at 157 pounds and the wrestler ranked as high as 5th this season at 174 pounds, 33rd in the 165-pound bracket. Smith started early and rolled to a 10-5 decision over Tyler Moreland, 6-10, from Northwestern. More on Smith later in this story, but the Cowboys' fire starters all season in the form of momentum builders Nick Piccinini at 125 pounds and Dayton Fix at 133 pounds did their jobs. Piccinini, 31-0, seeded second, jumped out to a quick takedown on Corbin Meink, 14-12, of Campbell and worked up back points, and then in the blink of an eye took Meink to his back again and this time pinned him to the mat, and scored the fall at 1:43 of the first period. Piccinini will see Elijah Oliver, 29-16, of Indiana in the second round on Thursday night as Oliver defeated Zeke Moisey, 13-11, of Nebraska. 11-4. Fix, 32-1, came in the top seed at 133 pounds, and Fix simply kept scoring points, trading takedowns for escapes in the first period and kept it up, collecting enough riding time for the 1 point, but he didn't need it as he scored more back points at the end of the match for a 21-7 major decision over Zach Tramp, 16-11, of Binghamton. Fix advances to the second round and will see a familiar foe in West Virginia's Matthew Schmidt, 18-6, as Schmidt scored a 9-1 major decision over Sean Nickel, 25-9, of Cal State Santa Barbara. Fix defeated Schmidt twice this season with an 8-2 decision in a duel and then a 6-1 decision in the Big 12 tournament. At 141 pounds, Cade Brock, 20-7, was a pleasant surprise as 15th seed jumped out with a takedown in the first minute and kept the pressure on steadily as he finished with the third bonus point win for the Pokes on the day with a 12-3 major decision over Buffalo's dangerous Brian Lantry, 12-3. Now BROKC has a challenge and a chance to give his team an important win in the team race as he takes on second seed Joey McKenna, 20-5, of Ohio State, who scored a 20-5 technical fall over Grant Willis, 17-9, of Oregon State. A win there by Brock puts a big dagger in Ohio State and would really help the Cowboys. Caden Gefeller was the first disappointment for the Pokes. The redshirt freshman was the 7th seed and though a threat to go far in the bracket, but he wrestled a scoreless first period with former Oklahoma State wrestler and now Virginia Tech Hokie Ryan Blease, 17-14. The two wrestlers traded escapes to go into overtime and sudden victory at 1-1. Blease got the first shot and took Gefeller, 28-5, down and also put him on his back for a 2-point near fall and a 5-1 SV decision. Now, Gefeller falls into that long road in the consolations and will start the process Thursday night against Joshua Manuka, 16-13, against Arizona State. Manuka was a loser in the first round. Iowa's Pat Lugo in a 5-2 decision, back to Joe Smith and a showdown with top seed at 165 and Iowa's Alex Marinelli, 24-0. Smith took the early lead and led 4-2 in the second period, but Marinelli had the riding time advantage after riding out the second period and then got the escape and takedown in the final period and escaped the strong shot at a potential upset with a 7-4 decision. Now, Smith 19-7 will work in the consolations starting with Brown's Jonathan Viru at 31-9, who lost a decision 3-2 to Thomas Bullard, 21-8, of North Carolina State. Oklahoma State needed to get some momentum rolling again and Jacob Smith, 27-3, did it in a unique way as he jumped out to an early lead on Drew Hughes, 26-14, of Michigan State. Hughes was up as Smith chose down in the second period and Hughes rode Smith out. Then Hughes took up the third period and was able to turn Smith to even the match and send it to overtime and sudden victory at 4-4. Hughes couldn't take up as the wrestlers started the extra time on their feet and Smith scored a quick takedown to finish Hughes off. Now Smith gets Nebraska's Mickey Labriola 27-6, as Labriola decisioned North Carolina State's Daniel Bullard 20-10, 7-5 in the first round. Looking for a positive result from a wrestler in a tough seed situation, the Cowboys got it at 184 pounds as Dakota Gear 26-5, seeded 26th, ripped through Nick Reenan 15-5 of North Carolina State 6-0. Gear got a first period takedown and was never challenged throughout. Gear now will wrestle Iowa State's Samuel Colbert 27-6. The two did not meet this season as Gear wrestled at 197 much of the season. It is hard to be more dominating than a first period fall, but the Cowboys' 197-pound third seed Preston Weigel 12-0 was close with a 16-0 technical fall at 4:18 of his match with Northern Colorado's Jacob Seeley 13-11. Weigel was brilliant as he scored early and often in what was a methodical conquest. Seeley had no chance to even score. Weigel gets Nebraska's Eric Schultz 22-11, a winner by 11-5 decision over Tanner Orndorff 18-13 of Virginia. The Cowboys may have lost two wrestlers out of the championship brackets, but they maximized bonus points from start to finish with a fall, 2 tech falls, and 2 major decisions. Another major came at heavyweight where Derek White 29-1 scored a 10-2 major decision that included a riding time advantage over Brandon Naughty of West Virginia. White ends up beating Naughty 15-15 3 times this season. White will see Chase Singletary 20-7 of Ohio State in another OSU vs. OSU head-to-head matchup in the second round. Those opportunities are large in the team race. By the way, after the first session, that importance is reflected as Penn State leads, but Oklahoma State and Ohio State are tight behind the Nittany Lions. NCAA team scores after the first session: 1. Penn State 21.02, Ohio State 15.53, Oklahoma State 14.54, Iowa 14.